Hi, I'm the divine, one true, divine feminine and psychic investigator. And I believe today, if we can make this work, we're actually going to blow up tarot. I mean, truly blow it up, right? I am the person that solved my own crime using astrology. I am a psychic investigator. And I ask that you accept me. I'm a strong woman. Sometimes there are things that I just know. I use my intuition to solve crimes, and every time I get it right, God shines His grace on me. I'm backed by divine white light. Ain't no witchcraft here, none. God only goodness up in this piece, and I believe in the one true divine. Now, if you want wisdom regarding your life, I would suggest that you look to your chart because your astrology chart is like your spiritual DNA. It's like the roadmap of your soul written on a piece of paper for the trained eye to unravel and see. Tarot cards help a lot too. And yes, I have been into tarot cards for many, many years, but I'm more of an astrologer than a reader, but I dabble in both. So yeah, baby, we're going to blow up tarot today. I've had so many people telling my story. I thought it was time that I told my own story. So welcome to the One True Divine Feminine and Psychic Investigator site. I'm going live because they're still after my ass, right? And they snafu'd me yesterday, but I'm back today, baby. And here we talk about the light and love of the universe. We wish all good people well, and we welcome people from all paths of life, all colors, white, black, brown, yellow, whatever, I don't care. Men, women, so long as you have a decent spirit. Every religion, all welcome. Everybody's welcome here. We seek the highest good, purpose, and health of all beings here. And we also pray for the grace of God to shine His light on your back as He has shown His light on mine. Now, that being said, we are also a space to learn to heal, to overcome, to shine, and to reach our own highest potential because a true loving God would want that for every single individual now, wouldn't He? Now, sometimes to get to that highest potential means you have to walk through the dark night of the soul, hot coals, fiery towers, blow ups in your life, undercover cops in your neighborhood to keep you alive, trials and tribulations like that. But if you can endure that and come out stronger, great things will come. Miracles do happen every single day. And I know that for a fact because I have experienced them more than once in my life. All right. I have survived more things in my life than you could ever possibly imagine. I've had people want to bury me alive in a box. I've outfoxed hitmen, fake marriages, insurance policies, even a poisoning attempt, which didn't hit me, but did hit my husband 3 times. I also overcame a deadly bout of cancer that I healed using my faith of my Creator, prayer, visualizations, hypnosis, massages, raw food for 8 years, chanting, yoga, a number of natural healing techniques. I've even scaled mountains on 10-day trips in the backcountry, carrying a 65-pound pack. So the divine feminine is about tough women facing harsh odds and overcoming. And here we're about the truth and becoming the best version of ourselves so we can spread more light, love, joy, and angelic vibes across the cosmos. All right. Now, that being said, we're going to look at the cards. I know I had a false start. I'm still figuring out what to do. So if you hit one that had nothing on it, it's because I didn't know how to do the audio. Yesterday, they snatched up my Vimeo, but I'm a persistent mofo. I'm hard to kill, baby. So I already shuffled the cards, and here we have the Ace of Swords. Swords are always about truth, communications, and, you know, bringing things to light. Now, what I love about this is a new beginning and it's crowned. So it's like blessed by the divine. It's got divine blessing on it, baby. And it's again about bringing truth and light to the world, coming out of a period of darkness, of harshness, and cloudiness and fogginess, but bringing good communications to the world. All right, here we have the Lovers card. You can see on the card there's a lot of opposites attracting. Also in the card is a Hierophant, right? The Hierophant or the Magician is like the, you know, the guy at the ceremony that does the ceremony, brings people together. He's the church guy. We also have the guy with the arrow here shooting the love darts, right? And contrary to popular belief, I am not single. I am married. No, I have not met the divine masculine. I've never spoken to him, and I certainly haven't slept with him. So I've been hearing that, you know, mistake on tarot. So no, don't know, right? Don't know. But I do have a lovely husband of 35 years. And yeah, so there you go. All right, we've got a cup card. Whoops, 6 of cups. Cups are always about emotions. This is a beautiful card. They're chalices. They're golden. You can see there's a lot of flow here. It's about happiness and pleasure and celebration, right? Whenever there's water involved, I always think of the water signs like Scorpio or Cancer or Pisces. And because I'm a dreamer and I pay attention to the symbology in my dreams, I like to see what the water's doing. You know, here it's you know, it's pretty good. It's not flat, right? But it's not super wavy or tossy or anything like that. So the water, the motions look, you know, pretty good. There's some riffles in there, but you know, there's always a few riffles in emotions and love and etc. It's just you don't want huge tsunami-like waves, and you don't want cesspool-like water, right? Because that stagnates things. So, sense of pleasure and happiness, victory and love. All right, we have the Magus, and this is the Crowley deck, so he's kind of unique. This is Mercury, the winged messenger, and you can see he's got wings on his feet, right? And he's very related to Gemini. Gemini is about the twins and also about communications. A lot of Geminis that I know are very chit-chatty. They have surface communications. They like to talk about a lot of things, just but a little here and a little there and a little all over. And you can see he's kind of tossing out all of the various messages here. He's like, oh, we could talk about this, or we could talk about that, or whatever, right? So communications coming in. So again, it's kind of like a new journey with a lot of communications coming. I've had so many people try to tell my story, I thought I should tell it myself. Now we have the 5 of Cups, and here you can tell, okay, this isn't good, right? The emotions look stagnant. Look at the water. It's murky. It's cesspool-like. The cups are all empty. It says disappointment. Even the plant at the top, it looks kind of dark and weedy, right? So there's no fulfillment here. There's conflict in love. I guess this could happen if you had, like, you know, tons of relationships going at the same time, something like that, and nobody getting what they need, right? Disappointment. All right. Then we have the Tower, baby. Everybody thinks, oh, the Tower is a bad card. Well, actually, the Tower can have a really good purpose, right? The building's falling apart. It's because it's a structure in your life, whatever that is, that's no longer serving you. It's not working well. It's not bringing in what it needs. It's crumbling. The foundation is rotten. It's like there's a monster breathing fire on it. And it's like, it's time. You can see people are fleeing. They're coming out of the building, and it's meant to happen. Why? Because it means that there's something wrong with the path you're on, and you need to transform it by going through the dark night of the soul to get to the other side. And if you can manage to do that, your journey, though it may be very difficult, is watched over by the Most High. And if you can come out on the other side, there's a dove with an olive branch, so there is eventually peace at the end. But it's recognizing the towers for what they're worth, right? They're meant to transform, to change, to provide a new path. But in order for the new path to begin, you have to let go of the old. Here we have the Emperor card. It's kind of a fiery card, yellow-orange. This is a man of means here. He's got a crown. He's got a scepter. He's protected. He's got a shield. He's bearing like a flag. This is a man who has arrived, right? A man who's in charge, who's been through all of the male cards in the deck to arrive at this point. He's got goats up beside him, which you can see right here, which tends to represent Capricorn. Capricorn has everything to do with Saturn, hard work, rules, regulations, doing things by the rules to get to a good place in life. So, good judges, honest lawyers, things like that. I know I have a King of Swords that is an emperor in my life. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Anyhow, it's about obeying the rules to get to a place on top. Not, corruption, greed, crap like that. Okay. And we have the devil. And again, we have the Capricorn image of the ram. Because Capricorn actually can be very lusty. And with the devil, it has everything to do with that which binds us to bad things, right? Too much lust. People feeling trapped in bubbles where they can't get out because they have drugs or alcohol or some sorts of addictions that they are literally bound to, kind of like the goat is bound to the pole behind him. And you can see it's like murky and spider webby, and all these things that are binding them are really, truly holding people back. It's always a good idea to avoid the devil as much as possible. That's my advice. All right, the Wheel of Fortune. Of course, this can bring in good fortune. It depends on which side of the wheel you're on. We have various images here. We have the Sphinx on top. This person is at the top of the wheel. Good things are coming. We have a little monkey figure on the one side, and he's basically represent some of the people in my life who've been trying to turn the wheel with fake court cases and lies and slander and other BS to turn the wheel in their favor. But thank God the lies are being revealed, right? So the monkey's busy trying, but it's just not working. Wheel of Fortune. All right. Valor, the Seven of Wands. Wands always represent some kind of journey or inspiration or start. And it's valorous because you can tell there's been some kind of conflict, right? Sevens usually represent conflict. You can see all the energy in the back. People are at cross purposes. And yet there's one person standing strong right in the middle. Strength, valor, courage to go through, maybe a dark night of the soul, some really difficult stuff like Hitman. Adjustment. This is the Crowley card deck. This is actually the symbol for justice. You can see there's somebody there with a long sword there who's trying to pierce through the truth, and everything is balanced on that sword and that person's ability to get down to the bottom of it, right? And you can see everything else is being completely juggled and fixed to bring justice to a situation. Thank you very much, by the way. Victory. I like this one. Okay, you can see there's a lot of energies here, but the overall feeling is one of balance, like balance has been brought in. And I know this is happening in my own life. I don't think I'm done yet. Why? Because I've looked ahead and I see it's going to be a while before it all occurs. But I remain hopeful, right? And it's all written in the stars, right? So whatever happens is part of God's plan. And we don't always understand why things happen the way they do. And yet there is a divine hand orchestrating everything. I do believe that to be true. So we have a divine hand. We also have free will. So we can't forget that, because free will has a lot to do with what happens. And also there's a little bit of doo-doo happens. Or sometimes there's a lot of doo-doo. Okay. People have been calling me the Hermit, and I certainly have a good bit of this in me. But I like the Hermit. It represents Virgo. Virgo has everything to do with finding perfect systems. It has a lot to do with finding a way to be of service to the world, right? It's always been one of the things that's driven me. And by going through the dark night of the soul, you can see right here, this person has found their inner light. and it's lighting them up. It's like the key to their universe, right? And the whole purpose of going through this dark night of the soul is so that they can birth something new, because there's an egg here, and eggs always want to burst forth something. And it's wrapped with a snake, and snakes can be very transformative. They can be very healing. And of course, snakes can also be snakes in the grass. And it just depends on how it appears in the card in your life. Certainly, there have been some evil snakes in the dark night of the soul. And, we have the Cerberus here, the wolves, a couple of them looking forward to the future, but one looking backwards, trying to figure out, is there any more stuff going to happen, right? Is more dirt coming? Are there more plots, or are you people played out by now? Let's hope. Okay, the Hierophant. In the upright, the Hierophant is a very godly man. Someone who represents his church well, who brings light and love and beauty to the universe, makes all people feel welcome, wants the light of every single person to shine at its brightest, wants to bring peace, wants to bring decency, wants to bring really good things down to earth. And when he's like that, it's like he's got the keys to the universe and a connection to the higher realms. And his heart center is really activated, right? And when pastors are like this, beautiful things can happen, not only inside of their churches, but inside of people's lives. Now, when that same person goes like this and gets upside down, well, that's when we have things like spiritual warfare that's not very spiritual, nasty pictures, right? Indecent things happening, insurrection, not loving everybody, right? As we all should, because God wants us to, he wants to love every hair on our heads. That's what he says, right? So it just depends. Are you this kind of guy? Or are you that kind of guy? And it's all a choice that we make. But I'll tell you what, winning at any cost tends to put people upside down. The Nine of Swords. Oh, baby, I know about the swords, right? They bring information, but they can also bring conflict and trouble, right? And the 9 has Mars, so there's very fiery energy involved with this, right? And you can see the swords are all dripping blood, so there is a great deal of cruelty involved. And it often has to do with information. So in my case, it has been like ungodly amounts of slander, lies, complete untruths about me. Why? Because the people who were robbing me blind had to keep me down. They had to keep me low. They had to keep me not working. And the best way to do that was to tell terrible, terrible stories on me. But I'm none of that. But the good thing about the swords is you can pull them out of your back. You can heal, right? People that will take the time to get to know you will find out the truth of who you are, because a person's true character always shines through. So much for the 9 of Swords. People are already starting to realize that so much of what was said was a lie, because so many of them were so egregious, they're readily proven, right? The Princess of Wands. Fiery energy, strong woman. She's got the tiger by the tail. She's no longer afraid. She's no longer inhibited. She is mastering her creative universe and going after the things that she wants with passion. And she is inspired. You can see by the antennas coming out of her head, just like a Luna moth, right? Putting out feelers to the divine to try to gather in that wisdom and inspiration. And she has a temple over here, probably that she prays at, and she is a divinely guided woman, strong, powerful. And we have the Sun card. Beautiful, again. The Sun represents your will, your soul's purpose, your heart center mission, the things that you're good at in life. It is a yang energy as compared to the moon, which is yin. There's a lot of creativity involved with it. And it's who you're meant to be in the world, how you show up. And it isn't just people that have a sun. Our nation has a sun too. And, do we want that sun to be beautiful? Do we want it to shine? I think lately, with all the turmoil and conflict we've had with cheating and big lies and all of that stuff, we're kind of getting turned like that, right? And it's because we're going through a Pluto return. It's a 248-year cycle. Pluto is a butt kicker of a planet. It began in 1776 during the American Revolution. Now, during that period of time, we went through like 10 years or so of absolute mob violence in Boston. Mob violence, terrible violence. And humiliating people, stripping them naked, beating them with sticks, tarring and feathering them, carting them around for embarrassment. And we have gone through similar things lately. Some of them more horrible, like sex trafficking and stuff like that. Things that could wither a person's soul, right? If they didn't have a godly connection, if they weren't able to overcome, if they didn't know that they had, great police officers, real police, right? Real police, not the bought off guys, real judges, real lawyers actually working on stuff, right? To help bring justice into those situations. But the great thing about history is we have the ability to learn. We don't have to repeat 10 years of mob violence to create change. We don't have to do ungodly things to good people, right? Because we have somehow turned our beautiful country of dignity and respect and godliness into complete disrespect for women, into something that looks filthy and just completely wrong, right? But that's a choice we make. But if we want to go like this, and I know I do, what I would say is we have to quit cheating. We have to quit lying. We have to come to the table. We all want change, right? But we need to sit down and work things out. We shouldn't be smearing poo poo on the walls of the Capitol, building gallows, bringing Molotov cocktails, all of that. I think now we need to talk about it, but what could solve everything is territories where everybody gets what they want without all of the win at any cost. Because win at any cost can do this to a country and to a family, right? So winning at any cost is very costly, and it's turning our nation's sun upside down. The Prince of Wands, this is a young man. He's going on a very fiery journey. This has a lot of Taurus energy. The bull, right? Very determined, wants what he wants. I have a Taurus friend, and let me tell you, they are very earthly, very materially oriented. But what I loved about him was if you went to a new city and you needed a place to stay, you would call him and say, where's the best place to stay? And he would be able to rattle off all the places, what was good about this, what was not so good, where's the best food, everything. If a Taurus likes chocolate, they want the finest chocolate. If they're going to buy sheets, they want Egyptian cotton, 1,000 count. Anything they can afford. They want the best of the best. So there's a determination here for this man who's going on this journey, and he wants what he wants, right? Wands can have to do with love affairs. It can just be inspiration. And whatever the journey for this young man is, it's divinely guided because, again, he has those projections coming out. It's like he's tapping into the ethers to draw in information from the divine. Okay. Now, I love sacred geometry. I find the patterns in nature to be quite beautiful. And this is a card from that, the one drop card. What I love about this is, yes, we are all individual. We're all unique, right? We all have a brilliant light in us, and everybody should want that light to shine. Nobody should ever want to snuff out the light of another human being and kill their spirit with spiritual warfare or otherwise. Why? Because that's basically akin to murdering a child of God, right? Snuffing out their spiritual light, their light. So we're unique. God makes us unique for a reason, right? And he wants to honor the beauty in each and every one of us. And yet we have to remember that we're all a part of the whole. We all arise from the same consciousness. We are all part of the divine. No matter what your religion, what your color, male or female, LGBTQ, we're all part of the divine. God created each and every one of us uniquely, And if we could harness this power of water, and you can see there's so much power here, um, harness our emotions, harness our creativity, harness our thoughts to create a better world order wherein we love and respect each another, right? Wouldn't that be a beautiful world if we could do that, right? We're part of the same consciousness. The Moonlight Goddess card. I love the moon. I have a Leo moon, by the way. Um, the moon represents feminine energy. A full moon can reveal things that are hidden, especially on an eclipse season. And in fact, it was during a full moon eclipse, and I had told the FBI, because I actually send them astrology reports, right? Watch for this at this time, that time, the other time. And there was one time I said, you better be very watchful because something big's going to be revealed. It could be a danger to my life. You need to pay attention. And I get a report back that that is when they discovered somebody was trying to bury me in a box alive. So it's odd how that works out. The moon also is related to Cancer, um, family, home, homeland. Cancerians love good food. It also has a lot to do with nostalgia and history, and even the subconscious, which I am a hypnotherapist. I know other people have said they're all the things that I actually am, but I am a hypnotherapist. I love to do soul journeys, delving deep into the subconscious for healing purpose, to examine repressed emotions and to delve out things that need to come into the light. And if you do that, you can again help yourself get through a dark night of the soul, right? And I just like it to journey because I like to meet God when I travel, right? It's a different way, but it works for me. So, all right, my friends, I do believe we're going to blow up tarot. And I'm glad for it, right? So many people have been telling my story. Some of it has been completely untrue. Some of it's been spot on. God bless good readers like Philosophical, Australia, La Rasha, Chiron, Intuition, um, Bronwyn's Cove. I can't remember all of them. You've been saving my life, truly. Not only with the wisdom and the upliftment, but the truth and helping to guide me as to what's going on. So God bless good people everywhere. God bless real police. Thank you. God bless real FBI agents. God bless real judges. I owe you my life. Okay, it's the divine feminine. I'm the one true one. I'm told that things that have happened to me have shaken the earth, right? In all corners. And I believe that. And there's more that needs to be shaken. We need to create a new world order that's not built on lies and cheating and hating each other as Americans, but a place of love where we actually honor the people that live here, no matter how we look, no matter our color, no matter how we're born, whether we're male or female. We need to empower all people. We need change. All right. God bless the universe.